Hey, what's going on? Abundant Life? Yes, I shaved. All right, so we're gonna do some research, right? So I'm gonna go over some research today again with you guys, because again, we all it is Abundant Life, and I always speak life into you guys because my job is to see the truth of who you were created to be, so you could see the truth of what you were created to be and worthy of. But again, when things are getting well and you are healing, you're getting better, we always have to become mature and keep that urgency going on of knowing what is happening in the body that we may not feel that's still there, right? So when we lose that urgency, the adjustments come off or people quit, right? Because they're feeling better, but what's still there that you can't see? So I'm gonna go over some research on a lateral curvature. So if your spine should be straight up and down and it's zigzagging, or you have lateral curvatures from left to right, I tell people, hey, listen, more than 2 degrees puts pathological, neurological pressure on the nerves, shutting down organs, making it impossible for the body to heal. So am I saying if there's any lateral curvature or damage in the spine, those organs can't function? Yes. If those bones are subluxated or shifted and they go to your immune system glands and your immune system and it's not functioning correctly, are you more apt to be in the environment to build what? Cancers, immune system disorders. If those bones are out of alignment, putting pressure on the nerves that go into the heart, what are you now on the road in the environment to be able to get? Heart diseases, right? Because when something doesn't function correctly, that's what a disease process is. In fact, when you feel a symptom, there has to be at least 40% disease, damage, or cell death of an organ, cell, or tissue for you to feel the symptoms. So if you have any symptoms whatsoever, or you were masking them with the medication, at that moment, you are at 60% function of an organ, cell, or tissue or below. And then the worst symptom of all is what? The no symptom, the cancers, the heart disease, the terminal illness, the diabetes, the blood pressure. See, these things you don't feel until they're too late. So that's why we can't go on how we look or how we feel. So on the lateral curvature, scoliosis or less than that, it says shrinking 3 centimeters or more. Here we go, shrinking 3 centimeters or more due to poor posture, like this, right? Or degeneration, you start to get bone spurs, puts you at a 64% greater risk of coronary heart disease. So just imagine that head forward posture or shrinking more than 3 centimeters puts you at a 64% greater chance of coronary heart disease. Why? Because the nerve roots in the neck go to the heart, the lungs as well. That's 2 medical studies. The physical complications of spinal misalignment abnormalities or subluxation, as we talked about, can range on a continuum from being symptom-free, meaning that you would have no symptoms, to pain or soreness, and even organ dysfunction and serious illness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different medical studies on that. So any damage, so when do you want to maintain and take care of your nervous system? All the time. When should the spine be checked? Every week. 68% of adults have some type of form of scoliosis. 68%. I'm not speaking over you. This is just medical studies. Abnormal curvature of the spine, many of which develop in childhood, right? So all this stuff, that's why we get all our kids checked out. Well, I mean, if you're getting care and you have kids, why would you allow your kids to stay at home and develop the same diseases and issues that you had? And plus, when a kid is developing and growing, that is the most important time to make sure the spine's where it needs to be, because the spine will not grow and develop in its proper structure and proper where it should be, the curves where they need to be and straight up and down. But now the organs are not developing to their full potential. That will affect their life forever and will shorten their lifeline. 60% of patients with scoliosis may die from complications of the heart and lungs. See, so the scoliosis, the damage of the spine, the complication, it causes the disease process, and it's not the aesthetics of the spine that kill you or destroy your life, it's the organ shutdown. So that's why they do scoliosis surgery, because they know it shuts down the heart and the lungs, 60% of the patients. Other ailments linked to alignment abnormalities include, or not limiting to, headaches, chronic fatigue, joint pain, difficulty sleeping, loss of concentration, and depression. Yes, it affects your emotions too. When your spine is aligned correctly, we've been given the law of life. It's a physical, absolute law of life, that the brain sends life through the body to every organ, cell, tissue, and it allows us to think proper thoughts and emotions. It allows us to experience proper emotions and appreciation. Now, any type of interference will actually affect the chemicals and the hormones of the body, creating depression, loss of concentration. And these are, again, medical studies and a lot more. It's just not those areas. Now, the cost of bracing or spinal surgery is well over $200,000. So I think $4,000 for a corrective care plan in this office is a steal. It's a spit in the ocean to $200,000, because at least that corrects you, where $200,000 of surgery requires follow-up surgeries that pose serious risk and complications. That's a medical study. Also, back surgeries also leads you to pain management, which allows you to become a medically induced drug addict. And opiate addiction. Watch this. Life expectancy of many people with scoliosis or damage to their spine, zigzag, is an average of 14 years shorter than those with a properly aligned spine. Again, all medical research. So number one, the principle of chiropractic, what we do, is 7,000 years old, or as long as vertebrates have been on this planet, right? Because we went to the museum in Chicago and we saw dinosaurs and we saw skeletons. So dinosaurs have spines and nervous systems too. So this principle applies to dinosaurs. So as any type of vertebrate has a nervous system that controls the whole entire body. So any damage to that shuts it down. So for comparison, watch this. For comparison, the average life expectancy loss for a cancer patient is 15.5 years. So if you have cancer, the average years loss is 15 and a half years. And if there's a lateral shift of the spine, that's 14 years. And a loss of the curve of the neck, which we talked last week, was 15 years. So when I say subluxation and damage in your spine is as serious as heart disease and cancer, medical studies prove, yes, it is. So when do you want to do something about it? Immediately. We don't wait till we feel it. We start doing something now. And if you don't believe that, find someone who lost their health. And they'll say health is their greatest asset. And they'll tell you they would pay everything, they would go anywhere, and they would do whatever it takes to get well. But once you lose it, and once you can't get it back, there's nothing you can do about it. So you guys are doing an amazing job. I have to show you these studies, the medical studies, on two reasons: to make you aware and go, wow, we're having fun at Abundant Life, but it's a serious thing for my health and my life. Bringing that urgency back, and two, letting you know and letting your friends know that medicine has known about this for years. These are their studies. That's why I put them together. This is not chiropractic studies. So when someone's given the pill or the potion, see, medicine cannot correct the spine. We do, all right? They give a drug and a pill, which will save your life in a crisis, but we don't want to get to the crisis. We want to live healthy, loving, vibrant, free, joyous lives. And that's what we teach here at Abundant Life. So tell your friends, invite them out to a dinner. Invite all your friends out to a dinner. Because if they don't know this, they're going to go to the medical doctor that won't show them this, and they're going to be put on, they're going to mask the symptom or go around with damage to their spine, still taking years off their life. So let's make this a priority to help our friends and family, especially during this time of the holidays and during this season. Have an amazing day, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the office.